Guess what time it is? Friday Jams! Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Rock Your Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Voker, a serial entrepreneur on a mission to help you. This show is designed to teach you, to inspire you, to motivate you to take massive action and build a future-proof business. So, whether you're just starting out or taking your existing business to the next level, this is your home. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's rock your brand. What's up, everyone? Welcome to this Friday Jam session. Super excited you're here. And if you haven't heard me say it before, I'm going to say it right now. This is probably one of the highlights of my week because I get to hang out with some cool people every single Friday and answer some really awesome questions. Now, you might be asking, Scott, how do I get my question answered? Well, all you need to do is become part of our Take Action crew. How do you do that? Very easy. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. It's totally free, and we do it every single Friday, and it is a blast. So what you're about to listen to is one that we did last week. So this way here, even if you can't attend, you can always show up here to the Rock Your Brand podcast and listen to our live jam session. All right, guys, so sit back, relax, and let's jam. All right, guys, welcome back to another Friday Jam session. And I'm sitting here with some pretty awesome people here, and we're doing a live jam session. This is where we answer your questions every single Friday. If you're listening to this on the podcast, well, you get the benefits of listening to the recording. But hey, if you want to come hang out with some cool people, and if you want to ask your own questions, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com. That's where we've got some highly motivated, cool people taking action. That's why we call it the Take Action Crew. So if you want to be part of that, head on over to takeactioncrew.com and you can be part of our jam sessions on Friday. But we also do coffee talks Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So 10 a.m. Eastern time is the schedule as of right now. So I'm going to kick this thing off. Like I said, this is like the highlight of my week. I love answering questions. And I also always like to come into the jam session with a topic in mind. And yesterday, we actually did a live virtual call for our Brand Creators Academy members. And we do a virtual call basically on camera. We do one of those every single month. And then we also do just a straight up office hours call once a month as well. So we have two calls. And actually this week, we actually had another call because we're wrapping up our email marketing accelerator program inside of the academy, which soon will be available to the public. But we have another call on Saturday. So I just love these calls. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because we had a lot of discussion yesterday on, okay, how do you make the choice to have something that's free that you give away, okay, for your brand as a lead magnet to get their attention, to have people say, hey, I'd love to get that for free. I'll give you my email address if you'll give me that. It's just an exchange for that, right? So that's something we talk a lot about as far as like, how do we build the list? We do it with a lead magnet, all right? Now, the part that comes up next is like, okay, well, now how do I turn that into money? Like, how do I actually charge people for something? Well, a lot of times what we can do is we can add something on the back end of that. So it could be like you downloaded something, maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's a shopping list, maybe it's a DIY list, or maybe it's a short little guide or a how-to. It's something small that gives them a result. 5 tips to catch more bass, whatever, right? So once they get that, what's the next logical thing that they would need and want? That becomes your paid thing. Okay. And it's a lot easier than you would think. A lot of people overcomplicate this and they say, well, wait a minute. You know what? I have to come up with this really, this giant book, 100 pages or more. That's not true. It just needs to deliver on the promise, right? So what I always tell people is like, yes, let's start with the end in mind, right? But then what we need to do is we need to figure out the first part, and that is the free thing, right? So if we're determining what we want to give away for free, but we also need to know where that's going to lead them. Okay. So I'm going to give you a real example, and I'm also going to be building one of these actually over the next 2 weeks, probably. There's already another one that's been built from something else that we've done, and I'll share that with you guys here in a minute. So you can kind of see how this all kind of ties together. And it doesn't matter the market you're in, the niche that you're in. It does not matter. If you're in the bass fishing market, you can do this, right? 5 tips to catch more bass. And then you're going to have a guide or something on the other side of that that will say, hey, while I got you, you want our ultimate bass fishing guide, which doesn't just show you 5 tips. It shows you 101 hacks to catch more, bass, and all of the, the premium spots to catch them, the times to catch them, the lures to catch them, the ultimate guide, right? And so that would be something that you could offer for $9.99 or $4.99. At that point, it doesn't matter. We're trying to basically get them to vote with their wallet and also become a customer. And now the email list that is free, it's valuable, but the one that is paid is 10 times more valuable, right? So that's all that we're trying to do there. And then in the future, we're able to then say, okay, these people raised their hand for 5 ways to catch more bass or 5 tips to catch more bass. And then they bought the ultimate bass fishing kit or the ultimate bass fishing guide. Then we know that they're really interested in that stuff. So now we can offer other things, whether that's physical products, whether it's content led over to our blog, and then we get paid from an advertiser. Like there's all different ways that we can do it. What we want to sell t-shirts, it doesn't matter at that point, right? But we have to start with the lead magnet, but the lead magnet also, you have to plan out where is that leading them to, and is that something that I can sell them on the back end? Now, one problem that a lot of people get hung up on, it's not even a problem. It's things that people think they can't do because it's already out there and it's free, right? I can't tell you how many people say, Scott, why is someone going to buy my guide when they can just go search it on Google? Well, here's the deal. If you can save someone time in having to go and search and find and weed through all of the different articles and all of the different content out there, they'll pay you $10 for that, right? Like I know myself, if you can cut down me searching for 2 hours, 3 hours, and maybe not even finding everything, I'll pay you $10 for that. Like who wouldn't, right? So that's how you have to look at it. The other thing that you have to look at is you might post everything on your website and on your blog, and you might say, well, Scott, why am I going to charge for that when people can just go to my blog? Well, if you put it up on your blog, it's probably scattered, or people want to download something and actually have it offline, right? So all you need to do is take the stuff that you have on your blog and then put it into a PDF, pretty it up a little bit, make it a guide, make it a PDF, and now you've got a digital product, right? And it doesn't matter that it's on your website, right? It's for someone that wants to be able to download it, all right? And I'm going to give you a real example here. So I talk a lot about our checklist, right? So the checklist, okay, and if you guys are listening to this, you can't see me, but I'm holding the checklist. I printed this out. It's about 5 pages, and this is the first step in the equation for basically validating your niche, or just discovering your niche. And then from there, broadening it out, right? And then seeing the opportunity. So in 10 minutes, if you download this, you're going to be able to validate your niche in 10 minutes. If you go through this, I also have a video that I walk you through. Okay. So what this is doing is it's giving you a win, right? It's giving you, whether it's a success as far as like, it told me that it's not good, Scott. Well, okay. I saved you the hassle of building out a brand and finding out 6 months later that you shouldn't do it. Right. So that's a win. Right? Or it's a win saying like, holy crap, Scott, there's a ton of opportunity here now. I've discovered that by going through this checklist. Now I want to build out my brand. Boom. Okay. Next, the playbook. All right. You guys hear me talk about the playbook a lot, right? And guys, let me just tell you something. I look at this and I'm like, I'm only charging at this time like $4.99 for this. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I should be charging $100 for this. The information in here is over 15 years worth of building brands and distilling it down, right? But I don't care, because I want people to get this and I want them to get value out of it. And I want them to become a customer, because that tells me that they're more serious about building a brand, right? So $4.99. But with that all being said, this stuff right here, you can go find this on the podcast. You can go find this on the website. Now, it might not have the screenshots. It might not have the detailed instructions, but it's me, going through audio and sharing with you how to build your brand. But who wouldn't want to download this? This is 107 pages, a little excessive. It doesn't have to be that big. But you can grab this and just download it and print it out. And then you have a full guide. Right. So all I did was I said to my writer, I have a writer that actually doesn't necessarily write 100%, verbatim, but basically takes the transcripts and then distills it down and then makes it read better. And I pay her to do this, right? And so I basically say, hey, there's 5 episodes. I want you to go through that and I want you to come up with this. And then that's what they do. And then I pay them, right? And then now I have an asset. So if you can pay for this, have an asset that you can sell forever, it's great. And we get qualified people into your brand, right? So again, that's exactly the same thing that you can do, right? I actually have someone in our academy right now. Actually, Octavio's on here right now. He did this, okay? Now he's in the process of building this. So what we're doing in the academy with him is we've already got the lead magnet right. The lead magnet is converting over 50%, which is crazy. So imagine 100 people see something and 50 people say, I want that. Right? So that's a great conversion rate, by the way. And he's going through our email marketing accelerator. We're actually going to be documenting some of his stuff and sharing his stuff. But the point is this: he took something that was on his blog as a blog post, turned that into a lead magnet. Now he's going to take, some posts that are on his site and he's going to bring them into an editor and have that turned into a PDF guide that he's going to sell between $4.99 and $9.99. Right? And that's where we go next, right? So when do you determine what's free and what's paid? Well, I always tell people, give away everything you can on your website to get traffic, right? But then if you can compile it and distill it into something a little bit more compressed, right? Then you can offer it for sale, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So the free thing needs to be something that can be digested really, really quickly. And they can see that I wouldn't want this necessarily to be my free thing. And the reason why is because I know a lot of people are going to download this at first, maybe be overwhelmed and go, I'm going to put it on the shelf, right? What I want to do is I want to get them taking action immediately. So if this was 5 tips to catch more bass, I want them to read it. And then I want them to head out to the pond and start trying those 5 tips. And then they're going to be like, wow, that one tip really worked. I want to go get the ultimate guide. Right? So that's what you're trying to do in any market, in any niche. All right. Now, another example I'm going to give you, and it's not even available right now. We did a Pinterest workshop. Some of you may remember this. Some of you may have went through it. If you're in the academy, you have access to it. You've probably already went through it as well. So the whole thing behind that was, I'm going to go ahead and show a strategy that we've been deploying in a brand. And it's working really well. We're getting about now we're getting about 5,200 people to our website every month from Pinterest for free, by the way, after we set up this strategy, okay? So I said, you know what? I'm going to have my daughter teach it. My daughter's the one that was doing this for us. So I said, I'm going to have her teach it. And I'm going to do some podcast episodes on it, walking through the strategy. And then I'm going to do some coffee talks on it, talking about the strategy, right? And then I'm going to offer a workshop, right? And that's what we ended up doing. So now the workshop's over with. We got people that have went through it. We haven't started getting testimonials yet. We'll probably do that next. But now, that's all built, right? So then what I did is I had my writer, my editor, go over to our training. And I said, I want to create a lead magnet. I want to create a guide. And I want to lead people in to buy this course. So now we've got all the stuff here. So now instead of starting with the lead magnet and that, I'm going backwards in a sense, right? I'm going with the content that I created. We're going to extract the information from there. We're going to put it into a guide that can be sold, okay? And then from there, it'll lead to the actual full training. And the lead magnet will be like there's going to be 2 different ones. It's either going to be how to validate that your niche is on Pinterest, right? So to kind of validate that. The other one will be like a case study. See how we got 4,332 website visitors in Pinterest over the last 30 days. And then that's going to be just a little guide that will be free. And then from there, after you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, I want to do this, then there will be a sale for the guide that might sell for $9.99 or $19.99. And then from there, if you want to actually have us go through it with you through our training, then you can purchase that, right? For, I think we said anywhere from, $147 to $197. If you're in the academy, it's part of your membership, you get it for free, right? So that's kind of how, so I'm going to have a Pinterest guide coming, guys, and you guys are going to get access to it, right? If you guys want the free download, you'll get that. And if you want to buy the guide, you can. And if you want to come into the training, you can, right? But it's all there. It's another asset, another thing that we were able to build. Another example we're going to be working on right now is the email marketing accelerator, right? We're going to be giving away a lead magnet that's going to either talk about a case study that we did and how we were able to build a list of 9,332 email subscribers in 30 days, right? Case study. And then we'll probably break that down into a guide and maybe sell that. And then that will lead to email marketing accelerator, right? The training, right? So everything you just have to map that part of it out. But now, if you go through all my podcasts, you're going to probably be able to have all the information. You can figure it all out and kind of piece it together, right? You can totally do that, right? If you're here on the Coffee Talks, you've heard me talk about lead magnets. You've heard me talk about landing pages. I've done landing page reviews for you guys. I've done lead magnet reviews. I've done all of that stuff. You guys can just go through the Coffee Talks and figure it out. But if you want everything distilled down, step by step, do this. This is how you do this. Or, hey, you want a little bit further? Want videos of me walking you through the case study? Then you can come into the training, right? So that's how we're always thinking about this. Some people want the training. Some people only want the guide. Some people only want the download, right? So in your market, you got to think about those things. And again, it's not just about information like this, like I'm talking about. I'm talking about it could be like crocheting, right? Maybe you're going to give away 3 free crochet templates or something, right? And then you're going to have a video walking through how to do that, right? And then you might have the ultimate crocheting one for every month for the next year, something like that. That's the ultimate set. And then maybe you have a video course showing you how to do the crocheting, right? So it works in any market, guys. I've been doing this now for over 15 years, probably going on 18 years, to be honest with you. The digital side, probably 15 years. And it always comes down to figuring out what is the lead magnet that is naturally going to lead to the next piece that they might want help with. And then from there, how do we move them up the ladder if they want more in depth? And that's it. That's the formula, right? So don't worry about giving away too much stuff on your website, and don't overcomplicate your lead magnet. We did an example in our academy when we were going through the email marketing accelerator, and we literally pulled 2 blog posts from our blog, and we go, boom, we're going to take these 2, we're going to run them through this tool that basically creates this PDF, and literally takes 20 minutes to be done, literally. And we took those, we made a cover for them, we made a landing page, we started driving Facebook ads to it, and one of them's converting at 30%, one of them's converting at 46%. Now we're going to move in the next phase is going to be okay, let's take some blog content and create a guide and let's sell it for $4.99 or maybe $5.99 or maybe $9.99. We'll play with that. But that's it, guys. That is the process. So how do you choose a free to a paid? I would say on the free, make sure that it's not too big, because you don't want it to be too large for someone to be oh my gosh, there's all this stuff. It could be a checklist. It could be something that gives them a quick win, right? And then you graduate to more of the full guide, all right? Or the full manual, if you will, all right? So guys, you guys have any quick questions on this? And we will dig into that. So let me see here. We've got one from Tamara. What's up, Tamara? One of our BCA members. For giveaways, what's the biggest benefit to using Giveaway Boost as opposed to just running an ad to a landing page like you taught us to do with the lead magnet? Okay, that's a great question, and I've got a great answer. Okay, so what Tamara is talking about, Giveaway Boost is a plugin that actually Chris Guthrie and myself and Chris Schaefer kind of collectively built, right? And the reason why we wanted to build a landing page just for giveaways is because we wanted it to be super simple to set up for ourselves. And then we started offering the plugin for WordPress at a fee, okay? But there's some core things that you need to have on that page, okay, that you can't just do on any landing page, okay? You can piece it together. You can kind of duct tape it together, if you will, but I wouldn't do that, right? I would pick a giveaway type platform or use Giveaway Boost, okay? So here's the thing. We want that page to be very, very simple, right? We also do not want that page to be miles long. We only want it to be, we call it above the fold. As soon as you land on that page, you want to be able to see everything within that contest, right? So you want, number one, we want a timer. We want a countdown. So people, when they get there, they're like, oh, there's still 26 days left, or, oh, there's 9 days left, or, oh, there's 24 hours left, right? So it's good to see that timer because it shows them that this is when it's going to be ending. And it feels as though this is a real contest too, right? It's like a countdown, right? Until the ball drops on New Year's Eve, right? It's the same idea. So timer, okay? Very important that you do that. The next thing is you just want a page that has no menu. So no menu bar. All you want is just maybe a little bit of your logo. And a lot of times we don't even use that. We just use a static image on the background. If it was for fishing, it might just be a kind of like a grayed out or a very faint image of someone bass fishing or something. And then everything else would go over top of it, right? Your title. What is it? Win the ultimate bass fishing kit, $225 value, right? And then enter below. And then down below, it'll have pictures of what's going to be included inside of the giveaway, right? And then right to the right of it, or just down below, it's going to list out in bullet points what is included. And then down below that, it will say, enter your name and email address to win. Okay. So that's like step one in that process. Now, the big thing here, the big thing isn't even that page. Like that's all important. Your page should have that. But the next thing is when it can really, really skyrocket your entries, and you can get them for free. Okay. When they submit that, it's going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to then connect over to our account in ConvertKit, or your account if you're using Aweber or whatever you're using. It'll also collect them within a database inside of WordPress, but we won't get into that. But I always wanted to connect over to an autoresponder. So this way here, we can follow up with those people immediately, right? And give them a thank you email, right? But the important thing that happens next is it goes to a thank you page. And this is all pre-built in Giveaway Boost, by the way. It reiterates what they just did. It'll say, congratulations, you've now successfully entered to win the Ultimate Bass Fishing Kit. But if you'd like more chances to win, here are some options for you. And you might say, share this link with a friend, and every 3 friends that you get to sign up, you'll get another 5 entries, right? So now they have a little link there that's also built inside of Giveaway Boost that will allow that to be tracked to them. So if they do send that to 3 friends and those 3 friends enter, it'll automatically give them 5 entries, right? If we can set it up that says watch our YouTube video to get 3 more entries. We can also say, go like us on or follow us on Instagram. You'll get another 5 entries if you do that, right? So we can incentivize them to get more entries, to do more things, right? So that's a big one, okay? So if you just have a landing page, all you're going to be able to do really is just put a static image there, or maybe a video, and then say, a little bit of copy there, and then enter your name and email address. And that's it, right? We want that countdown on top there. We also want it to have some images, like we usually do it is either in a GIF that will actually go through and kind of like a little video would kind of scroll through like a carousel, or it can just be images like a slideshow that kind of show all the different things that's included. And that's it. But that's one of the big things that you want to make sure that if you're doing a contest or a giveaway, that you want to have those elements in place. So hopefully that answered that for you. Derek, I got the free version of ConvertKit, going to make a change or going to make a change to it soon. Good. I think that's a great move, by the way. And if you guys are, if you're watching this or listening to this and you want to get some extra goodies, if you sign up for ConvertKit, you can just go to brandcreators.com/ConvertKit, all one word. So ConvertKit. So that would be brandcreators.com/ConvertKit. Yes, we are an affiliate for them. We only promote them because we use them. You will not pay anything more. They will actually pay a commission. They'll buy us a cup of coffee. And if you do that, all you need to do to get our goodies, we've got some templates and some swipe copy that you can use. You can just send that to scott@brandcreators.com. Again, that's scott@brandcreators.com, and we'll send you those bonuses. All right. So just something else, a little extra for you if you are going to go there. And their free version is really good. The only thing that they don't offer in the free version is, I believe, an autoresponder. So you can't send a message automatically. You can only send broadcast, I believe. Alicia, hey, what's up? Good morning to you as well. Derek, is it best to be passionate about your niche before deciding to go into that niche, or do research and go into a niche of your choice? Well, okay, if I had a choice, I would love to be passionate about it, right? But if I'm struggling because I'm just not finding something that I'm passionate about that I want to build a brand in, then I'm just going to look at opportunities in a niche that I can then start taking action and start actually building, right? You're only going to learn if you start doing, right? So I would just say, even if you said, you know what, for the next 12 months, I'm just going to build this thing out because I've done the research. I've went through Scott's checklist. I've gotten everything kind of figured out as far as like validation pieces. And now I'm just going to start building the structure, and I'm going to start filling it with content, and I'm going to start building my email list, and I'm going to start sending emails, right? And I'm going to start a Pinterest account. Like, I'm going to do all that stuff. If you do all that stuff, guess what? You're going to build an asset that you have and you own, and you're going to learn through that entire process. So I would say, if you can't figure out your niche in 7 days, then I would just move past that. Like, just, okay, I got to make a decision, right? And I mean, a perfect example, inside of the academy, we're building a brand in there that we use as our public case study. And we're also like giving all of the, even our email marketing accelerator, that's where we built a new list in it. And we show us messaging and stuff. I'm not passionate about that market at all. Now, do I know a little bit about it? Very little, right? And yesterday it was interesting. We actually, as part of our training, we actually did a live outreach to our email list to show people how to do it. We call it the I need your help email. And really what we're looking for there is we're looking for replies from that email list to let us know, what do they need help with? What do they want us to create content around? It's a great strategy. Well, I did that. And within the first hour, I had like 11 replies. And then I just checked this morning, after about 36 hours, we've had 50 replies. 50 people in that market reply back to me, or Wally, the guy that's writing it, who I'm writing as Wally. 51 responses so far and counting. So pretty powerful stuff when you do this email marketing stuff. But anyway, pretty cool stuff. Karen, I'm struggling with the thank you page and upsell. I have the preschool workbook going up. Yeah, well, again, that's what I said yesterday, Karen, on our call, and we can talk about this again tomorrow on our 12 o'clock call. But the biggest thing here is you might need to peel a couple pages or a week's worth of whatever's in that workbook and give that away for free. That's what I said, right? Or in this case, you're struggling with your thank you page and your upsell. Well, your thank you page is going to have your workbook on it, right? So that's easy. The upsell, as far as like adding something else, let's not worry about that yet, right? The way I look at it is you right now have, we talked about this yesterday, and if you guys are just listening in, I'll kind of fill you in. So Karen's been running an ad, collecting emails, and it was doing really well. Then she paused it because she started getting good organic opt-ins. I think about 100 emails a week. So what I would personally do is I would take those 100 people and I would start to test my thank you page, right? I would add the thank you page and I would add my workbook for $9.99, regular price $19.99. And I would test that. And then I wouldn't worry about that next element yet, right? So that's what I would do. But Karen, we can talk about that tomorrow as well. Oh, thank you, Derek. Take a sip of your coffee. See, guys, if you're listening to this on the podcast, this is how cool our people are here on the Coffee Talks. They remind me to take a sip of my coffee because this is a coffee talk after all. I mean, you got to sip your coffee and it's getting a little bit cool. So I got to take a sip. All right, cool. Tamara. Okay, thanks for that explanation, Scott. I emailed you all of my ads and website giveaway yesterday to review inside of BCA for tomorrow's call. Getting leads today at 54 cents. Ooh, I love that. 54 cents is great. And I believe that's for your giveaway though, right? I believe we can even tweak that and get it down a little bit lower, which would be cool. I think the last time we did a giveaway, we were getting them for about 23 cents. But hey, anything a buck or less, I'm good with. But yeah, we will go over that tomorrow, Tamara, on that call. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to wrap up this Friday jam session. If you guys have any other questions for me, drop them in the comments. Maybe we'll answer them in a future coffee talk. And again, if you guys are listening to this on the podcast, I would encourage you to join us. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. And hey, if you want to see how this all ties together, if you just kind of want to go through this process, let me share something with you. if you go to brandcreators.com/checklist, you will go to a page, a landing page. It will ask for your name and email address. In exchange for your name and email address, you will get our checklist and a video walking you through how to use it. Then from there, you will also see on a thank you page that you'll get a special offer for this guy, for the playbook and the audiobook together. So check it out if you want to see how this all ties together. But even if you don't want to just check it out to get the book. That Brand Creators playbook is really what we live by. It's what we teach. It's what we live by every single day. All of that stuff in there is what we do on a daily and on a weekly and a monthly basis. So if you just want to go straight to the book, you can just go to brandcreatorsbook.com and you can go to that page and that will show you everything that's included. It's like I said, it's about 107 pages, but it's all broken down into sections. All the way from niche validation to building your website to creating your content, filling your content buckets, posting your content, how to do it, and then building your email list, messaging your list, and then from there, monetizing. So it's all in there, guys. It's literally the roadmap. It's the playbook as we call it. All right. So yeah, if you guys want to join us on a future jam session, head on over to takeactioncrew.com and well, we'll see you over there. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that Friday jam session. And like I said in the beginning, if you want to attend one of our live Friday jam sessions, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com. That is where we show up every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And you can join us. You can ask a question and then I can answer it. And we can go ahead and also publish it here on the podcast. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. This is always one of the highlights of my week. And until next time, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you and I am rooting for you. But you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now go rock your brand.